Hello, Key Stage 3. So your task this week, whether you are in Year 7, Year 8 or Year 9, is to complete a digital sketchbook. And I'm just going to go through with you and explain what it is that we want you to do, and just kind of show you how we want you to do that. So we would like you to add all the work that you have done since Christmas to a digital sketchbook, and we have made a template for you to use. So all you have to do is add in your work, and you're going to be doing this in your lesson time and also for a bit of homework because it's an important task. Your work will be due in the first lesson when you are back in school. So normally you have done work from Monday to Friday, and you've had until the Friday to hand in your work. But this time, even though you're still submitting it on Show My Homework, you will have until the time that you first see your art teacher in school. That's because we want you to have a little bit longer to do it, to make sure you do it really well and give you the opportunity to get the best outcome you can. For each of the tasks that you have done, there's roughly 7 pieces of work. You will need to add an image of your work. For some of those tasks, you will also need to write about an artist's work. And that's so we can recap and assess and see your understanding of the artists that we have studied. You don't need to write a lot, you just need to describe their work. But it is a really important part, and it is going to help us understand how much you've learned during the lockdown. Even if you have not done the task and uploaded it onto Show My Homework, you can still do the writing on this template, so you can earn some extra credit. We will be grading this digital sketchbook from 1 to 9 if you are in Year 9, 1 to 8 if you're in Year 8, and 1 to 7 if you're in Year 7. And this will count towards your end of term percentage, the grade you get on your report. So even if you haven't done any of the tasks, it's still worth doing the writing where you can to get a bit of extra credit, because it will count towards your grade. And you may find that you want to do some extra writing or try and improve your work in that way. There are not many of you that have done no work or submitted no work, so most of you should be okay. But any work that you have missed, it is still worth doing the writing. So to summarise, all you have to do this week, all you need to do is add in the images of your work to the digital sketchbook, which you can download on Show My Homework, and write about the artists you have studied. And I'm going to go through it now and show you exactly how we want you to do this. So I'm just going to leave this lesson and close all this for a second. And I'm going to go on to Show My Homework. So that's where you need to head first of all. So I'm going to head to Show My Homework. This is my version of Show My Homework. Yours will look a little bit different. Go to your calendar, find your lesson. So I'm going to scroll down. I've got lots of history of art on here. Here is the Assess Task Digital Sketchbook for 9D. So I'm just going to use this as an example, but all of Year 9, it's exactly the same. The template is the same. For all of Year 8, the template is the same. And for all of Year 7, the template is the same. So just have a look at it when you download it. So I'm going to click on the assessed task, and you can see that I've put a link to every single piece of homework. So if you're not sure where your images are, you can click on the task and go to your class, go to your work, find your submission and copy it from there. Here, where it says resources to help you, you can see it says Year 9 Portfolio PowerPoint just at the bottom. Just click download and it will automatically download from Show My Homework into PowerPoint, which if you have access to Microsoft Teams, you have access to Microsoft PowerPoint, so it shouldn't be an issue. You can then open the portfolio up in your desktop. You can see there's a nice title there, and you can type in your name and your form. So my example that I'm using is Bieber's in 9D. So I'm going to put in Bieber Thomas. I hope you don't mind, Bieber, and 9D here. So that's the first thing you have to do. Don't have to change anything, literally just type in your name and your form. So the first slide, the first task that year 9 did was they did a Cyrus Kabiru accessory. And you'll see, really simply, it says insert your work here. There's an image of Cyrus Kabiru's work, and it says type written analysis here. So first of all, we'll insert the work. I'm just going to drag and make my PowerPoint a bit smaller, minimize my screen, and I've already got all the images in my desktop, and I've already found all the images and got them off Show My Homework, got them off my phone, wherever you want to get them. I've actually got all of Bieber's images. So here you go, you can see them all here. Now, Bieber actually took more photographs than she needed to do, which is great. So I might actually include all of them. But first of all I need to do to add the image into PowerPoint is to drag it like this, and there we go, there it is. I just need to resize it so it fits, and you'll see when you resize the image, these little lines pop up on your slide, so you can get it bang in the middle. So I'm going to pop Bieber's image in here. There we go. And then you might type in, double click where it says type written analysis here, and you can start typing. Kabiru, Cyrus Kabiru, uses everyday materials to create eyewear sculptural. You can think of whatever it is you want to write. In this work, Kabiru, remember we always use Kabiru. Good job I've got typing, because it means I can change what I'm typing and all my spelling mistakes. In this work, Kabiru uses sieves to make goggles, etc. Can't spell sieves, so let's have a look. There we go. So don't worry too much about what you write. You need to write, I'm not going to write the whole thing for you, but you get the idea. Descriptive artist analysis, describing the image on the page. So once you've done that and you've filled that space, the text is size 14 and it needs to stay that size, otherwise you won't write enough. You just type it in and your slide is done. But as I said, you can see here, Bieber's got 3 images. She might want to include all 3. She could do this in 2 ways. She could make this image smaller and add in the other ones as well. There we go. So I've added in both of them now, and I'm going to make each one smaller and align it. But remember, your work is the most important bit. So I'm not entirely sure that I like the layout, that I want these 3 smaller images. I can still see the text underneath. You can just delete the text straight away. But it's got a nice yellow border. I'm not entirely sure that I want it like that. So I'm just going to step back, Control Z. Go back to the beginning. There we go. That's where I was. And I'm going to add in a new slide. New blank slide. Then I can add in my extra images. So if you've got more work and you've done extra stuff, as Bieber has, you can always add in an extra slide to show off your work. Nice and simple. I'm just going to go through the rest of the PowerPoint for I'm just aligning these nicely for year 9, showing you how to add the work really quickly. I'm not going to go through how to analyse every single artist because that will take too long. So next of all, year 9 did a self-portrait. Here's Bieber's, literally just dragging it in. Beautiful portrait. You might want to crop it. You can click on crop here. There we go. Might want to get rid of where it says insert work here. Just double click on it. And as big as you like, there's your work. If you're feeling confident, you could even add in a text box and write about your work and what you thought was successful, and a bit of an evaluation. Now I'm going to just go copy and paste, Control C, Control V, and I'm going to crop it again even further. So I'm going to go to picture format, there we go, crop, and I'm going to zoom in and crop in on this detail of Bieber's eye. Click off it. You can see the reason I'm doing this is because there's insert detail here. I'm just gonna close that. So I'm gonna get rid of that text and add in this image of Bieber's eye. I might even make it a bit bigger. There we go. So I added in a detail. I'm happy with that. The next task Year 9 did was an Eduardo Paolozzi response. So again, I'm going to drag my image in. There we go. I'm going to resize it just using the arrows in the corner. Great piece of work from Bieber. You can get rid of the text if you want. And insert your image there. You might think that it's a little bit small there, and then insert a new slide as well, get rid of the text boxes, and you might insert the image, oh, close that, get rid of that, sorry, insert the image on the next page as well, just so you can see it nice and big. The next task was the Death Burger response. Double click, get rid of a piece of text, upload Bieber's work, here we are. Beautiful drawing by Bieber, and pop that in there. And there's space to write your analysis, same with the Paolozzi, space to write your analysis. For Year 7 and 8, it will be different tasks, but hopefully it's obvious. You double click on the text and you type in your analysis for the relevant artist. Finally, penultimately even, we've got a digital draw and a tonal drawing. Beautiful work from Bieber of the inside of a sewing machine. There we go. I'm going to flip it around, rotate it. If you want to rotate your work, you just use this button here at the top of your box, and there we go. And then finally, Paolozzi inspired robots. There's space for 2 pictures, a detail, and your image. Let's get rid of the text. Let's go for this one first. Beautiful piece of work, really clever collage from and response from Bieber. And there's another one, there's actually 2 images, so we're not going to go for a detail. And I'm going to add that one in there. And a little bit of analysis and description explaining the artist's work. So as you can see, I really quickly, and that took me about 10 minutes, really quickly made a portfolio of all Bieber's work on PowerPoint. I haven't done all of the analysis, but I've made a folder, almost a sketchbook, a digital sketchbook. Once you've finished it, go to File, Save As. Year 9 portfolio, I'm going to save mine to my desktop. And the best way to upload it is if you change it from a PowerPoint at the bottom to a PDF. You can save it as your name as well. So let's call it Bieber. Bieber's going to do her own anyway. She's not going to use this one. And then go export. You can see it's processing. And then really simply, once you've got the PDF, you can upload it onto PowerPoint. Upload it, sorry, onto Show My Homework. So there's Bieber's PDF, and you just flick through it. Some of her work has appeared, not all of it for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. But there we go. So appearing slowly. So there you go. There is the finished piece of work. Now, if you wanted to personalize the PowerPoint and edit it and do more, that's absolutely fine. But as a minimum, we want you to fill in, don't save, fill in the portfolio, add the images of your work onto that template that you've downloaded, and write about the artist work you have studied. If you're in year 8 or year 9, the PowerPoint will look a little bit different, but the principle is exactly the same. If you have any questions, please message me or your teacher, and they will be able to help you out. Okay, good luck, and I'm looking forward to receiving your digital sketchbooks. Remember, this is an assessed task, and even if you haven't handed in any work, you can still do the artist analysis, and maybe you can add in extra images of the artist's work instead. If you haven't done any particular tasks, you can just take out that slide. Okay, take care, have a good week, and good luck.